Good evening from Korea. This is Overlord Pop Tart. Let me roll that intro real quick so we can just get straight into it. Good evening from Korea. Started out pretty good. I showed up, got into the van, all dressed up for PT just fine. We were going to go to Sitman, and because it was raining that day, we were taking the van. So I got in the van just fine, got everybody in the van, and realized we were short one, so waited. The other TMP left, and that guy ended up being so late that by the time we got to the gym we were going to go to, it was pretty much at maximum capacity. The line was absolutely stretching out the building, another 100 people even outside the building. So we texted our sergeant and said, hey, can we go and do yoga in the elevator landing of the building? And he said, yeah, sure. We're just doing cardio and aerobics and stuff today. So whatever, if it works, it works. And we said, cool. I drove everybody back, dropped them off, dropped the van off, sprinted dead on, fast as I could to the barracks, got in, started working out with them. I am not flexible. It did not go well. After yoga, though, because we got out so early, I was able to take my shower earlier. That was cool, but unfortunately, I was interrupted by some dudes who came in, were like, hi, it's barracks checks. And I was like, oh, cool, I'm not wearing anything. Let me put on pants. I had poked around my head like that around the door, like, hi, what's up? What do you need? And it was like a captain and probably a staff sergeant. I don't know what the other guy's rank was. He just showed up in PTs. And so I threw on some pants. They came in, checked it, and turns out I was short one stool, so I now have an extra stool. Cool. After that, I got ready for the day, and my room was still very messy, so I decided that I would clean that later. Got into the van, waited for everybody to get in. Eventually, we had everybody. Turns out some people weren't coming that I wasn't expecting them to not come, so I could have probably left earlier, but that's not really all that big a deal. Drove off to work, dropped everybody off, drove some guy back, not some guy, one of my coworkers, to the PX to try to figure out his phone because he hasn't had data for a while now. And while I was waiting for him to get done, I called my mom, and I also picked up somebody else from a different spot and dropped her back up at the office. And that was a pretty nice morning, getting to call mom and just say hello. So, hi mom, love you. After dropping him back off at the office, I spent a little bit of time trying to figure out my leave packet stuff, and we ended up having a late birthday party for our sergeant in the unit. His birthday was this previous Sunday, but we had it today because time constraints, mostly because my captain was out of the office and he was the one buying the cake. That was very nice of him to do. He's a super cool guy. So we had that little party. That was nice. I had some cheesecake with blueberries on it. That was really good. We went off to lunch. I played some GTA, like 20 minutes of it, and cleaned my room. So now my laundry is done and my bed is made. Two nice things to have done. After that, going back to the office, I continued to work on leave, paperwork and everything like that. And I found out that I actually don't have to do all that much for my leave. I just have to do like 2 or 3 things. And then I get the rest of the things sent to me by other people I have to contact. So that was cool. I also messaged someone about trying to figure out my government travel charge card, which allows me to put expenses to the government whenever I'm traveling as part of a mission. Like if I'm sent to another city or something like that and I want to buy a sandwich, I can charge that to the government. Pretty cool. So we put in some more work towards getting me one of those. Hopefully that figures itself out by Tuesday next week. After that, I was feeling kind of stressed in the office. Just a lot of stuff recently just coming up and keeping me busy. So I went down and grabbed the van and went and refilled on fuel. Drove for a second and then just spent like 10, 15 minutes sitting in the van listening to music because that's what I used to do back home to kind of relax. After we got released at like 4:15 or something like that, which was cool. I got to drop everybody off and be back in here earlier so I could get ready for Bible study again. And I was able to clean up, get all ready, and get out to Bible study pretty quick. And it was a very interesting lesson today. Brought up some questions, some concerns that we are going to study up on Sunday to finish up. It's kind of a 2-parter. So exciting, getting to learn stuff. And Honestly, that's it. The Bible study took until like 8:40 or something like that, and it's 9 o'clock as I started rehearsing this. Well, I say rehearsing because I started recording at 9 o'clock, and those recordings went awful. So here I am, only 6 minutes in. Yeah, it's a lot quicker when you do it the second time. I was gonna make this video like, a lot of edits and stuff just because I have the time to, but honestly, now is not the day for it. Unfortunately, it's just not that exciting of a day. I suppose I could probably I might be able to give you a song recommendation. Let me look on here, because I think I did find one today. It was pretty good. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and give you a really, really weird song. A lot of the songs that I've been recommending are semi-normal. This one is actually one that I really, really like in a music genre, called funk, Phonk, and it's centered entirely around an auto-tuned cowbell. Yes, it's completely ridiculous, but me coming from the age, like, I was raised in dubstep. Like, I was like enjoying pop culture when Bangarang was the song that was popular. That may have poisoned my mind a little bit. So just preface it with that. But this is more for just future me, because hopefully like 35-year-old me watches this like, oh my gosh, I was such a moron, and he gets to watch this and listen to the song and be like, wow, I was a moron. That's fine. That's what it's for. Consider it more of a time capsule than a recommendation, because it's very much, oh, I'm just going to stop talking about it. It's this. It's not my favorite of the genre, but it's got a really good style to it, and I enjoy it. So if you want to give something really weird a shot that will probably just give you a headache, mom or grandma, honestly, you might want to pop some ibuprofen before you even look at this if you plan to. Then go right ahead. There it is. I enjoy it. It helps me focus. I don't know what it is, but it does. That's really all I've got for you. I don't think that I have anything else to add. I do have a rather entertaining group of photos of my sister's dog. I can put those up. And now you're back to me. Hopefully you enjoyed those photos. I certainly do, as I am looking at them now. Oh, here's another photo that I actually really like. Hold on. Let me just throw this one up. Put down in the comments 4 words exactly what you think of this photo. Check this one out. I know it's the whole Cars thing, but I really like this photo. I think it is very well composed. If they didn't cut off that tail of it, it would have been really perfect. I think the style of the vehicle, just the weirdness of it, that's a Ford Edsel. Those are super rare. And they were a complete sales flop. And for some reason it's in Baja, and like just the framing of it, it's in the air. I think there's a lot of good elements to it. I vibe with this photo. Even if I wasn't a car person, I would still appreciate this photo. So 4 words. What is your opinion on that photo? Tell me in the comments down below. I want to know if that actually does something. Because the last time I told you guys to comment, I got like 3 comments, but like 21 views. I don't even think I mentioned this, but like 2 weeks back, we hit 500 views on the channel. Now this is total views. None of my videos have 500 views. That would be insane. But 500 views total in the channel. That's kind of exciting. Granted, I have about 100 videos on the channel, but hey, that's 5 views for 100 videos. Getting 5 people willing to watch 100 of your videos, that's pretty insane. Speaking of 100, we're nearly at episode 100 of Good Evening from Korea. That's insane. I don't know what I'm going to do for that, but it's going to be something special. I'm so excited for that. 100 days of that. Not straight, I'll admit, but straight throughout each season. So, big exciting stuff. So, thank you guys for watching. It makes huge difference to me that you guys are willing to spend this time with me. I know you would rather me call, rather me text, but you can't call or text me right now. It's 9:25. You should not be awake. I'm willing to bet Macy is awake. Macy, you know who you are. You better not be awake when this uploads. Unless you're going to work. Then you should definitely be awake. But if you don't have to be at work, go to bed. Wait, it's way too late for me to be saying that. It's the end of the video. Spoiler alert, it's the end of the video. Wherever you are out there in this sometimes frustrating, but always worth it, world of ours, whether it be a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night that you may be currently experiencing, I really do hope that whatever you're going through, that it's good. And if it's not, I hope it's getting better. Because the last time I said that I hope that it gets better, but now it's in the future. Whatever you were dealing with then, I hope it's gotten better. And if it has, take note of that. Because sometimes it's hard to keep track when something good happens. And sometimes something good happening is just when something bad ends. So, remember when I said that to you, like 2 months ago? That I hope it gets better? If it did, awesome. I'm glad it has. And whatever you're going through now, think of that thing that was 2 months ago that passed. Give it 2 months. You'll get through it. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Overlord Pop-Tart. On the computer once again. And without internet for the entirety of this recording. So we'll see how this goes for editing me. Stay frosty.